afternoon. We're in Springfield, Massachusetts, along Columbus Avenue, along the Riverfront Park, and we're going to walk over Memorial Bridge of Springfield into West Springfield. And we're going to see what it has to offer. Of course, it has towers and plaques, and we'll talk about the roadway itself and when it was built, how it was built, and so forth. Anything you want to know on your own?
So what is the Memorial Bridge dedicated to?
Okay, we'll find that out. There's plaques on it, and so we'll find out exactly when it was dedicated and rededicated. In 1990, they fixed it and rededicated it. Okay. We're approaching from the sidewalk to the Memorial Bridge, and it says 1992 there for a reason, because it was redone in that year. After 70 years of use, it had to be fixed up. Memorial Bridge was fixed and built in 1922. They started on it in the year 1920. They have sidewalks on both sides. They have columns on both sides for orientation. The railroad tracks where the Amtrak and freight lines are down below. Okay, and continue on the other side. So the bridge is very symmetric. Has light posts, beautiful light posts, beautiful columns. All right, you got a great view of the Connecticut River from here, and also you got a great view down to the Springfield Riverfront Park and bike lane down there. And you got a great view in the distance of the South End Bridge. And on the other side, you can see the Railroad Bridge. And Springfield has three bridges for cars, with the last one being the North End Bridge, built in 1924. All right, beautiful views from here. The water is very placid today. Okay, and the first spire we met has been passed, and then the next two are columns. So they have two spires each end, West Springfield end and Springfield end, and then four enormous columns paired off, two on each side, and two towards Springfield end, two towards the West Springfield end. And the columns are gorgeous. And they have a walkway. You can walk right around the columns and look at them. Okay, you can see right down into the river from here. You can see the span right there. It's an arched bridge, so you can see the span going over to the base for the next set of columns. On each side you have plaques, and they are equivalent. Okay, the latter wars on foreign soils, in memory of the patriotic men of Hampden County who enlisted in the war with Spain that freed Cuba, and of all that had part on sea or land in the nation's effort to serve humanity in lands near or remote. And then it goes in the remembrance of the loyal men and women who contributed life, service, and money to Hampden County's part in the World War. has soldiers, sailors, nurses, workers that labor with ardent devotion for the salvation of free government. In the next paragraph, in honor of the 104th Regiment that won highest military distinction on the battle line of France, where its colors were first redecorated, outgrowth of the old 2nd Massachusetts Regiment. Honored in the Spanish War on the Mexican border, this organization of national fame was true to its fine traditions. From the pioneers down through the World War, love of freedom linked to generations. So this memorial bridge memorializes those from Hamilton County who gave their lives during the course of World War I, the Spanish-American War, and the Mexican War. Remember, this is finished 1922, so there's no war after that memorialized. So finally I can see the North End Bridge in the great distance, about 3 miles away. Easy to see the railroad bridge. And then here's the next column. So there's 2 columns close at hand. And it goes high up there and has a glass bulb on the very top. Alright, and this one tells you a war to preserve the Union, commemorative of the part Hamilton County had in winning the Civil War. (1861-5), which strengthened the foundations and kept inviolate the integrity of the nation. True faith and allegiance her soldiers bore, as did men in town meetings, women in helpful work serving the government. In the 10th, 27th, 31st, 34th, 37th, 46th, 52nd, and 57th regiments, men of this country were officer privates, and other organizations, the Army and Navy, served honorably. All right, and then it tells you about Sumter and Appomattox. It tells you about Abraham Lincoln, the emancipator. Okay, so a beautiful panel. Now, and this one also has a walkway going around it, and you can look out onto the Connecticut River from here. You can see the many bases that it has on both sides. It looks like an eagle insignia in the very middle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I say about 9 arch spans support this bridge. Right, and there's plaques and a column on the other side. I believe they say the same thing as this side. So when one person goes across the bridge, it says the same thing on both sides, I believe. But someday I'll walk from West Springfield into this area and see what they say. All right, so make sure you check out the website where I have these panels with pictures, these columns with pictures, and more information on this gorgeous bridge. Thank you.